Alright, little guys. Good luck. Please be okay. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is going to be a big one, because today we're trying to make macaroons. I'm a little bit terrified. This recipe is one that I've been wanting to make for a long time, but keep putting off because, frankly, I'm terrified of making macaroons because macaroons require a lot of skill and a lot of precision. And those are things that, as a novice baker still, I don't have a lot of. Or at least not as much as I want. So, I've been very scared of this recipe. But I think we can do it. We've got our beautiful blue stand mixer. Say hi to her, everyone. I think she's new on the channel and I'm obsessed. I'm honestly obsessed. I have my computer here with step-by-step instructions that I'm going to be periodically consulting. So yeah, I think we can do this. I'm a little bit scared, but I've done a lot of reading. I've done a lot of research. I think we're gonna be okay. We're gonna try at least. So today's macaroon recipe, I'm gonna attempt to make a birthday cake style macaroon, which essentially means it's going to be almond flavored with a little, here, let me show you, with these sprinkles in them. So I'm gonna dye them blue for fun, also because it coordinates with the kitchen theme I've got going right now. But yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. My plan is I'm gonna attempt them tonight, and if they go wonky, I will try them again sometime this weekend because I'm determined, and then I'll update the successful recipe on my blog. So if you want to follow along with me and try and make some macaroons yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. But we are gonna get started. I know I already mentioned this, but as always, if you want to find this recipe or any other recipes that I've done in the past, go to my description. You can find my blog. I update pretty much any recipe I do on this channel, as well as some of the ones I do on my Instagram, on my blog. Go check it out. Go make some yummy stuff. Now let's go make some macaroons. First step in making macaroons. I have 2 egg whites that I have separated from the egg yolk. Now, there's a lot of theories out there about how you should store and prep your eggs in preparation for, making macaroons. A popular theory that I found is that you should do what's called aging your egg whites, which is essentially where you separate them from the yolk and let them sit for at least 24 hours. I didn't do that before filming this. Somehow that slipped through the cracks of my preparation, but I have seen a lot of people say, at least for their recipes, that it's not necessary. I think aging your egg white seems to be a step that you take to just kind of ensure that it's stable, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong with macaroons, and aging your egg white seems to be just kind of a precautionary step. So we will proceed, and if things go weird, it might be due to that, but we're gonna try it anyways. The first step is you take your egg whites and you put it in a stand mixer, or you hand mix it with like an electronic hand mixer, and you wanna mix it, or whisk it rather, on medium until it's got like little bubbles in it, and then you add a pinch of cream of tartar, and then cream of tartar, did I say that right? Cream of tartar, whatever. You add a pinch of that, and then you keep going with the whisking on medium until it's got soft peaks. So it seems easy enough in theory. Let's go try it out. And yes, I have HTO here giving me strength, helping me get through this. Shout out to HTO. Y'all are the real MVPs. So the next step in the recipe says add the granulated sugar to the eggs and mix on medium speed for 30 seconds. And then if you want to, you can add food coloring to it and then increase the speed to medium-high. So that's what we're gonna do now. Stiff peaks. Oh my goodness. Well, at least in the bowl. Let's see if I can do this. Look at those stiff peaks. Okay. This doesn't mean that we haven't messed up, but it's a great sign, y'all. It is a great sign. Okay. We have our meringue. Fun fact, this is my first time ever making a meringue. I'm doing a lot of firsts in this recipe, so that's fun. Let me see. Okay. This might have to do. I'm trying to get as much in here as I can. Okay. So the next step is to fold in our dry ingredients to the batter. And what we're trying to do is fold them in a circular motion with a spatula, just so like the batter runs off in a thick ribbon, if that makes sense. That's what the recipe says. So essentially we want it to be a thick batter, we want it to be nice, smooth, and glossy, but we're really just kind of mixing it until we get to that point. So I have powdered sugar and almond flour that I sifted, which, let me tell you, that was a mess. That was hard. If you have the little hand crank sifters, I'd highly recommend those, because I did not have that and it was really hard. But we've sifted our almond flour and our powdered sugar to try and make it a little bit smoother in the batter. And then we have our sprinkles. I'm going to spill them all if I show you, but I showed you earlier. You know which ones I have. So I am just going to tap that in and sprinkle in the sprinkles. And we are just going to gently fold this into our meringue and see what happens. A quick note, it looks like the sprinkles are kind of leaking into the batter, which bums me out a little bit, but that might end up being cute. We'll see. Okay, bit of a bummer, but my macaroons, which were a beautiful light blue, have now turned like lavender, which again is not a bad color. It's just not what I was going for. While we're on the subject of firsts, because that's kind of the theme of the video, this is my first time ever getting something properly in a piping bag, so there's one victory already. But yeah, I have my batter in this piping bag right here. If you're interested in the tip, I don't know the information, but it's round and that's what it looks like. So my plan is I have this cute little macaron template mat, and what we're supposed to do now is pipe it onto the mat, tap the tray, and poke any bubbles we see. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of these on top just to try and like get some more of that birthday kind of vibe to it, since some of the color bled out of the ones in the actual batter. And then we are going to let them rest. Now, the recipe says to let them rest for 30 minutes. I'm gonna plan on it being longer because I didn't age my eggs, my egg whites, like I was talking about at the beginning. So I'm gonna just wait and see how long it takes. But I'm waiting until basically they're matte and they're like dry to the touch, which will be weird to see out of a batter. But here we go. Okay. I don't even know how to start piping this. Ooh, it's going, okay. Okay. That one's a little messy, oh well. We have some sprinkles that are kind of just sitting loose on the mat that I'm going to try and get off before they bake, but now they have to sit for at least 30 minutes. I'm going to plan on that probably being more, just to make sure. So I'll check back in with you then. So my macarons are looking pretty good actually. They have a kind of a dry feel to them when you touch them. They're looking pretty matte, which is what you're looking for in a macaron apparently. So I'm pretty excited. I'm currently just waiting for my oven to finish preheating, and then I'm gonna pop them in there. The recipe says for about 15 to 17 minutes, so we'll see. We'll do that, we'll let them cool, and then I'll check back in. Fingers crossed, please send prayers. This is the part that could destroy the recipe, y'all, so please be praying. All right, little guys, good luck. Please be okay. I'll give a better close-up later, but guys, they actually turned out. Some of them are a little rough. That's okay, that's more to do with my piping than the recipe, but we have legit macarons. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna move on to the filling now. So we're gonna have a buttercream frosting for the filling, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and skip on the sprinkles and opt for adding blue. What is this? It's gel coloring. That's what it is. I'm tired, y'all. But no, we're gonna add some of those blue gel food coloring drops to the frosting because I like the idea of having these really pretty kind of like lavender like cookies with a bright blue filling. I think that'll look really pretty. So this is a really easy recipe, so I'm kind of pretty confident that it'll hopefully go well from here and that we'll have these macarons ready to eat soon. But really all you're gonna need is some cream cheese, a little bit of butter, whipping cream, almond extract, vanilla extract, and powdered sugar. And then in my case, the food coloring. So we are gonna get started. First things first, we're gonna take some room temperature butter and cream cheese, and we're gonna whip that together in our KitchenAid. Okay, now we are going to add our almond extract, vanilla extract, and just a pinch of salt. And then we'll go ahead and mix that on low. Alright, now we're going to mix this on low. Oh, that's not one. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and start adding the powdered sugar slowly. About halfway through, we're gonna add our heavy whipping cream and our color. All right, we're at the step that I was not sure that I'd make it to. But we have our beautiful blue frosting. We have our beautiful lavendery cookies, and I know they're not the most beautiful, but they're pretty beautiful, and I'm proud of them for that. So, really all that there's left to do is make the little macaroon sandwich. So, I'm gonna start out. Let me find one that looks like it would be a good stable base, or one that's not as pretty that I can use. Okay, let's do this guy. So I'm just gonna squeeze a little dollop like that. I don't know if that's the right amount or not, but we'll test it out. Take a little cookie that looks okay, but maybe isn't the prettiest. Okay, and what do you know? We have a macaroon. Granted, again, it's not the prettiest, but we have one, we made it. I am honestly so proud of myself. I didn't think we'd get here, but here we are with our cute little, slightly ugly cookies that I am so proud of. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of these, and then I'll show you the finished result. Yeah, macaroons. Officially. I am so dang excited. Again, like I've been saying this whole time, I thought this was gonna fail because I know that these can be finicky, but honestly, it was not as hard as I thought. Maybe I just hyped it up too much in my head, but here's kind of a cuter one. I'll let you get a little bit of a close-up. Obviously, you can see there's a lot of room for growth. Let me give you all a close up on another one. Lots of room for growth, but we did it, which was the big hurdle that I was afraid of crossing. So I'm gonna take this fat guy. I know that typically macaroons end up tasting better if you make them, put them in the fridge overnight, let the flavors kind of settle, but I don't want to wait. I want to give my initial thoughts on this recipe tonight because I've spent hours making these now, and dang it, I want to try one. Wow. Okay, that's actually really good. It's not the prettiest cross section, but it has a really nice crust on the outside, and it's nice and chewy on the inside. And that buttercream frosting recipe that I used, oh my gosh, so good. The almond extract really does make it taste like birthday cake, especially with the little sprinkles on there. I love this recipe. I think any imperfections you see here, honestly, just me learning how to make learning how to make macaroons, and needing to practice that process a little bit, which I'm actually kind of feeling like I will. I was a little bit hesitant to say that in the middle of the process because it is a hard process. It's hard to make them, and you have to be very careful about, you know, following each step and looking for different signs that you're ready to move on to the next step. But it's not honestly that hard to make. I definitely want to get better at this, but I'm honestly really pleased with this particular recipe, and I would highly recommend it. Alright, that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to try this recipe for yourself, the link will be in the description. Please feel free to go check it out and let me know if your macaroons turned out well. I would love to hear. If you've got any other recipe suggestions of things I should try, please let me know. I love trying fun new things and growing my skill as a baker. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.